Well, how are we gonna cut this base? Last time I showed you how to use a back saw and a little plastic miter box, and you might have laughed at that, thought that was kind of cheesy, but you know, if you got a small little job, you could do something like that and it won't cost you very much for your little miter box set. And there's a way to do it. But if you got a bigger job, you can always get this. And this is an electric miter saw. It's a compound miter saw, which means you can cut different angles at it and swivel that around, and we can tilt that saw blade over at a 45-degree angle or any type of degrees angle. And this is something good to use, especially for this tall base, because I cut inside corners on my baseboard and things like that. When I like to do that, I like to use a saw like this that'll cut all the way through. Now, if you don't have a saw like this, you don't have to go to the store and buy one for your job. You could rent one of these at a rental yard, and I don't know how much they cost to rent for a day, but you know, if you got a job that maybe is going to take 1 or 2 days, you might want to think about that before investing in a large tool like this, especially if you don't know when you're going to use it next. You know, this is a big time investment. Now, if you're going to be trimming out houses and doing that kind of thing, then obviously you need to get a saw like this, and it will pay you back 10 times over before you even think about it. You know, but if you're just do-it-yourself project handyman type person and you're not going to use a saw like this very often, you might want to think twice about buying something like this. Rent it or use a different type of saw, kind of like what I showed you before, to cut baseboard like this. And like I say, if you only got 4 or 5 walls to do, you know, you can get by with a little hand miter box saw like I showed you before. It'll work. It takes you a little while longer, but you know, if cost is the issue, you can get by that way. But today I'm going to show you how to use this.